Of the four Gospels, Matthew, Mark, and Luke, we find this passage.
Truly I say to you, there are some standing here who will not taste death until they see the Son of Man coming in his kingdom.
Some scholars have suggested that this is the coming of the Holy Spirit that was promised by Jesus in John 14:26. Other scholars have suggested that Jesus is speaking of the destruction of Jerusalem in 70 AD. However, this doesn't seem to make sense. Jesus told the apostles that they would see him coming in his kingdom. So what does Jesus mean when he says, "Some of you will not taste death"? Jesus is essentially saying to the apostles, some of you will not go through the full, normal human experience of dying and the grave before you see this event happen. In Second Temple Judaism and early rabbinic texts, taste death almost always meant to go through the full and bitter experience of dying and then the grave. A third and more plausible explanation is that this is a reference to the appearance of Christ in his glory on the Mount of Transfiguration, which begins in the very next verse, Matthew 17:1.
And after 6 days, Jesus took with him Peter and James and John his brother, and led them up a high mountain by themselves. And he was transfigured before them, and his face shone like the sun, and his clothes became white as light.
In this scenario, Jesus fulfills the words he spoke of in Matthew 16:28. Peter, James, and John are all present at the Transfiguration and therefore have bypassed death.